a question about attitude, I guess. So,
Hmm.
what's a proper attitude during meditation? You might tell me no attitude. I don't know.
Hmm.
But with respect to whatever's happening, whatever the phenomena
Hmm.
is it to really just kind of flat out ignore it? It's all background noise, or is there room for some form of observation or investigation of whatever may or may not be happening? I don't
Right.
know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Oh no, that makes perfect sense. No, that's a great question. The basic, the basic answer is, what we did in the meditation tonight. I said it a few times. Whatever's going on, God bless. God bless. That's fine. Um, Another way to say that is we can say ignore it, as you say. But ignore can be a tricky word. It can be misunderstood. People hear ignore and they may think it means you have to somehow blank it out, right? And then that becomes some attempt to do something that we can't really do, and then that starts falling into effort and so forth. Uh, People trying to block stuff out. Ignore, but truly ignoring stuff, we all know how to do that. We do it all the time. You're at the you're sitting at the sidewalk cafe, having enjoying your tall, cool mint julep, or whatever you're drinking, maybe having a little conversation with a friend. Now, sidewalk cafe, traffic is going by. Traffic is going by, um, but it doesn't bother you because you're ignoring it, right? Ignoring doesn't mean, oh, I'm blocking it out. That's an opposite of ignoring, all right? Um, it just means you're just putting your attention on your drink or your conversation with your friend, and the other thing you're not bothering with. It's that simple. Um, you know,
Except
and,
in
and
our meditation, we're not putting our attention on anything. That's the only like
well,
that could
we're putting the attention on awareness itself. It's awareness resting aware of itself. So you're right. We're not putting
okay.
it on an object, but we're putting it, we could say, on the subject. It's the I. And there's plenty of forms of meditation that do have an object. Where I put my attention on a mantra, or I put my attention on my breathing, and we generally do that at the some form of that at the beginning. I shy away from calling that part of the meditation. Just I think it's a little more useful to call that the on ramp to the meditation, right? Um, and then we just let that go, and hopefully, people, when they do meditations that have an object. I mean, for years I was a TM teacher, and in TM, transcendental meditation, there's a mantra, a short, mellifluous, very well polished sound uh, that is used internally. Um, and the idea is that the attention goes on that, and then it fades away, and then the awareness is left alone, aware of itself. Um, what I've found since my days with TM, and finding other teachers, is that you can pretty much skip that step, and just it's a little more delicate to instruct it, but look, everyone here is doing it. Just the awareness resting within itself. Awareness aware of awareness. We say it that way, it sounds like there's three things, but there's only one thing. All right. So, and then whatever else is going on, that's fine. Now, there are times that we will do here. So that's the basic meditation. When I say basic, that's the basis for anything else that we ever do. Now, sometimes, and I don't recall if you've been with us, Austin, when we've done some of these other things, we'll do things where first we get the basis strong. We rest, just resting in awareness, noting the empty, open, luminous, sky like, space like nature of that awareness. And then we can start to investigate from there, from that point of view. From there, we can start to investigate. Well, when we hear a sound, what is that sound made of? You know, if I hear a bird, the sound of a bird twittering, is that sound made out of feathers and beaks and little bird larynxes or whatever they make their sounds with? No. That sounds an experience. It might be coming from a boombox or something. Right? The sound takes place, the hearing, you know, as far as I know, so as far as I know, there's not objectively any bird out there. My experience is the experience of hearing. Well, what is hearing? Oh, hearing is a form of awareness. Like right now, you're hearing my voice, right? Is that now pay attention to your experience, this experience of hearing that you're having right now. Where is that taking place? Is it taking place over here in my living room in Santa Monica where I'm talking? Is it taking place on the internet? Right? Is it taking place in your computer speaker? No, the experience of hearing is taking place in your awareness. Can you see that? And of course, as always, I'm talking to everybody, right? So notice clearly, see clearly that the experience of hearing is made of awareness. It's a modality of awareness. Okay. Now, so that's the experience of hearing my voice, the experience of hearing a bird, the experience of hearing a truck. Doesn't matter what you're hearing, it's all made out of the same stuff. It's all, the experience is made of awareness, just arising in a little different kind of wave. Now, you experience sensation. Right now you can experience the sensation of the air in the room on your face. Okay, where is that taking place? Is that taking, right? Can you see that's also taking place within awareness? We say within awareness as if that sounds spatial, you know, like, oh, is it inside your head or something? But it's not. It's not anywhere. It's not anywhere. Awareness has no location. Awareness is.
Yeah, my thought earlier, rather than naming that space, was that, well, that sound is occurring in the same exact place. Every other thing is occurring.
Yes, yes,
Eyes, every other
it's
thing.
all occurring in awareness, and it's all made of awareness. It's all awareness in awareness. It's all different kinds of waves of awareness within the ocean of awareness. Now, you have a thought. Think of a bowl of soup, okay? And think of a bowl of rocks. Now, is the thought of a bowl of soup made out of soup? Is the thought of a bowl of rocks made out of rocks? No, they're both made out of awareness. Can you see that?
I was going to say, I found the location questions better, and then you say they're both made out of awareness. And I was going to joke, well, I'll just have to take your word on that for now. I mean, I think I get where you're going, but to say that,
No, don't get where I'm going. Stay where we are. I mean, what? Why do you have to take my word for anything? Don't take my word for any. Never take my word for anything.
I get. Oh, so I guess I'd put it this way: that I I see that they're all made of the same thing.
The same
I
thing.
don't I
Yeah.
don't know, the same whatever it is.
Whatever. Yes. Actually, whatever it is, in some ways, is a much better name for it.
Right. I'm just so I'm not, I don't know that I can say right now, thinking of those experiences or experiencing right now, say, oh yeah, that is awareness also.
Uh huh. Okay.
I
But
mean, I don't know what else it is.
yeah.
But
What else? What else can it be? Can it be a substance? Can it be
no,
possibly be a substance?
no. I mean, it's not the rock or the soup or the
Yeah,
bird
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So whatever it is, it's empty like space. It's empty of substance. So we could, and We might call it awareness. Maybe, if we call it beingness. But fine, good. Let's not call it anything. It's a great line from a Bob Dylan song. Um, it's from the Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest. Judas pointed down the road and said, "Eternity, eternity," said Frankie Lee with a voice as cold as ice. "That's right," said Judas, "eternity, though you might call it paradise." "I don't call it anything," said Frankie Lee with a smile. "All right then," said Judas Priest, "I'll see you after a while." So, right, let's not call it anything. I'll see you after a while. Whatever it is, we have a sense that it's all the same thing, and it's the basic thing, which is can't be a thing because it can't have
Right.
substance. It's empty, it's open, but it's not dead because it has the, for lack of a better word, the luminosity, the liveliness to somehow be able to manifest as all these experiences. All right. Now, the sense of, so we don't have to walk through, okay, this, you smell the smell, you taste your ice water, whatever it is. We can see where that's going. It's all made of this same whatever. Now, the the sense of an I, not EYE, but I, the letter I, the sense of an I that experiences all these experiences. Notice that now. And none of this is thinking. All of this is looking, looking, looking. Okay? So look at that I. That what is that made of? Is that made of something different from what all those experiences are made of? Or does it somehow seem to be the same non-stuff stuff?
I think it seems to be the same non-stuff stuff because like that stuff, which sometimes I notice and sometimes I don't, unless I misunderstand what you mean by
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
sense of I. Sometimes I'm aware of this sense of I, and other times I'm not aware of this sense of
Yeah,
I.
yeah, yeah. So, but when you, but any time like we call your attention to it, right? You don't have to look. Is there you go, but gee, I don't know who the I is. I think I'm going to have to look. I'm confused about the sense of I. Who is confused? That one. You have a sense of I'm completely fucking confused about this stuff. Great, that one, the one that's confused. That's I. You never have to go. Don't go a step further. Okay, don't look for anything more. All right. Now, does that seem to be made of a substance? Does that seem to be made of a stuff? All right. Or does it feel more right? And you have to continue to look at maybe someone who's hearing this is not going to have to continue to look any further, just going to totally get it, done and dusted. But for most of us, we continue to explore with these questions. Look at it. Again, don't take my word or anyone else's word for this stuff. But look at these. Look at these. Explore with these questions and use them not as a directive to think, but as a directive to look. Right? And then the next question is, okay, if this I, this sense of the I, if it seems to be made out of the same whatever, the same nothing, the same openness, the same luminous emptiness or whatever, as the stuff that it's aware of, is there any? Well, actually, let's back off one. You were saying before that the experience of the hearing and the experience of the thoughts and of the sensations all seems to be register in the same place, right? Now, what about the sense of I? Is that in a different place?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how much, how much distance, therefore, is there between the I beingness or I awareness or I emptiness and the smelling emptiness and seeing emptiness and thinking emptiness? Is there any daylight between them? Could we insert, you know, a, a 1 micron thick piece of paper between them?
Yeah. No.
No, no. Okay, so you've just realized Advaita. Advaita. That's Advaita. That's it. Non-duality. And you'll often hear Advaita represented as, oh, well, it's this whole, you know, course of investigation. You're going to have to start by learning the Sanskrit alphabet. And that's a traditional way. Learn Sanskrit and then read the Upanishads and all. But this is where it all comes down to. Oh, there's the so-called I and the so-called everything else. And there's no daylight between them. Non-duality, not two. Advaita. And, oh, the seeker, right? The I that seeks happiness, that seeks peace, that seeks joy, that seeks nirvana, and the nirvana that it seeks. No daylight between them. The nirvana you're looking for, tag, you're it. It's nirvana looking for nirvana. Once a couple of years ago, I couldn't find my phone. I couldn't find my cell phone. I thought, oh, I must have lost it under the couch or in the whatever. So I started looking for it, and I needed some light to look for it. So I turned on the flashlight in my cell phone to look for my cell phone. So when we're looking for happiness, we're looking for enlightenment. That's exactly the position that we're in. The absurdity of it. And for everyone, it's recorded. There is that moment, that same kind of moment where I went, oh, I'm looking for my phone with my phone. That's what when the Buddha, as it says, at least in the Zen tradition, in the Mahayana tradition, he attains enlightenment. What does he say? How wonderful, how wonderful! All things are enlightened just as they are. Right? The great discovery is I was here all along. I had to sit here, do all these 6 years of austerities, and then 49 days and nights under the Bodhi tree, to to realize this is where I'd been all along. But then the great paradox of practice is you have to go through it to find out you didn't have to go through anything. You know, otherwise we'd stop having these Zoom sessions.
Right.
Good.